तू चलता चल तू चलता चल तू चलता चल।
Hello everyone, welcome to No Frills Academy written classes. Myself Pratham Balla, educator for ND Mathematics. In continuation of our previous class, let's start today's class with another topic in set theory called Venn diagrams. If you haven't watched previous class, do check the I button. Now let's learn about Venn diagrams. What are Venn diagrams? Venn diagrams are used to show relationship between sets. Let's say we are given set A and set B, which is this. Let's say this is set A, this is set B. Venn diagrams are used to show relationship between them using closed curves, usually circles. This is the universal set represented by U, and in between universal set we are having set A and set B. If we are given any set A, let's say we are given any set A, we can represent it as this set A, and if we are given any set B, we can represent it as directly as B. Now let's learn some operations on sets. Now we have some operations defined on sets which are union, intersection. Let's learn them one by one. What is the union of sets? Union of sets is the set which consists of all the elements of set 1 and set 2 and common elements taken only once. It is represented by A union B. This symbol is called as union, and we say X is such that X belongs to A or X belongs to B, or means it can either belong to A or either belong to B. Let's say we are given two sets. This is the universal set, this is set A and this is set B. The union of sets A and B is the selected region A union B. Now let's look at some properties of operation of union, which is A union B equals B union A. We all know like A plus B equals B plus A. Similarly, we have associative law which says A union B taken first, then union with C is same as A union with combination of B union C. And we know phi is the empty set. If A is union with phi, we get only A, and if A is union with A, we get only A, and if A is union with U, which is a universal set, we get U. Because let's say we are having universal set this and having A as this, then A union U will be whole region. Now let's see what is intersection of sets. Intersection of sets A and B is the set which contains all the elements of A and B. We denote it as A intersection B and write as X is such that X belongs to A and X belongs to B. X should belong both to A as well as B. So the common elements between sets A and B are the region which is intersection. So elements common to both A and B are in the region belonging to intersection of A and B, which is A, B, and this is universal set. If we are given two sets A and B such that A intersection B is phi, which is the empty set, we say A and B are called disjoint sets and denote them like this. There is no intersection in between them. Now let's look at some properties of operation of intersection, which is similar to the properties of operation of union, which is A intersection B equals B intersection A, and same is the associative law. But in this case, the intersection of phi and A will be phi only, and intersection of U and A will be A only. Because let's say we are given universal set U, and in this we are given set A, then A intersection U will be this set only, and A intersection A is A only. And in this we have one more law which says distributive law. The intersection distributes over union, which says A intersection B union C equals A intersection B, union A intersection C. It is similar to what we do in multiplication and addition. Like we are given 2 into 3 plus 4. You can think plus as union and multiplication as intersection, which is 2 into 3 and 2 into 4 summed up together gives the same answer. Now what is the difference of sets? Difference of sets A and B in the same order, set A minus B, is such that the set of elements which belong to A but not belong to B. In this figure, we are having union, then set A, then set B, and A intersection B. This region is the region A minus B, and this region is the region B minus A. And all these sets A minus B, A intersection B, and B minus A are mutually disjoint. Mutually means coming together, and they are disjoint sets. That is, the intersection of any of these two sets is a null set. Sometimes difference of two sets A minus B is denoted as A backslash B. Now let's look at the complement of a set. Let we have U, which is a universal set, and a set A which is subset of U. Let's say we have universal set U and set A subset of U. Then the complement of set A is the set of all elements which belong to U but does not belong to A. So the region outside A will be the complement of set A. We denote it as A dash and say X is such that X belongs to U and X does not belong to A. Obviously we can say that A complement is U minus A, or we can say that A complement union A equals U. And since A is a subset of universal set, then its complement will also be the subset of universal set. Now let's look at De Morgan's law. De Morgan's law says that A intersection B whole complement equals A complement union B complement, and A union B complement equals A complement intersection B complement. That's all is written in this, which says the complement of the union of two sets is the intersection of their complements, and the complement of the intersection of two sets is the union of the complements. Now let's look at some properties of complement sets. As already told, A union A complement equals universal set, and A intersection A complement equals null set. Again, the De Morgan's laws are here. This is law of double complementation, which says complement of A's complement is equal to A. We know if this is the set A, this is universal set, then this region belongs to A complement. Then the complement of A complement will be A only. Now let's look at law of empty set and universal set, which says complement of null set is a universal set and complement of universal set is the null set. Now let's look at some formulas used in solving questions. Let's say we are given three finite sets A, B and C. Then number of elements in A union B equals number of elements in A plus number of elements in B minus number of elements in A intersection B. Let's say we have two sets A and B. Then number of elements in this whole region will be one time number of elements in A, one time number of elements in B, and removing the counted twice elements once. Some elements will be there which will be counted twice due to overlapping of set A and set B. So removing one layer from that using this way, minus number of elements in A intersection B. Similar formula is this for 3 sets. We are having set A, set B and set C. Let's say we are given 3 sets A, B and C. Then number of elements in the union of all these 3 sets, which will be complete region, will be equal to number of elements in set A plus set B plus set C, and then subtracting overlapping elements from this layer, from this region, then this region, then this region, and then adding this region elements, which is intersection of A intersection B intersection C, so that we can recover the one lost region. Now let's do some questions which were asked previously in the ND exam. 2 we will do in the class and 2 will be homework. Do comment your answers. Now let's do question number 1, which says if A and B are any two sets, then what is the value of A intersection A union B? We know what is A union B. This is A union B. This is A, this is B, and this complete region will be A union B. And A intersection A union B will be the region which will be common to A and A union B, which is only this region, which is A only. So the answer will be A only. Now let's look at question number 2, which says in a survey of 25 students, it was found 15 have taken mathematics, 12 have taken physics and 11 have taken chemistry, 5 have taken both mathematics and chemistry, 9 have taken mathematics and physics, and 4 have taken physics, chemistry, and 3 have taken all the 3 subjects. We are asked to find number of students who have taken only physics. How can we find this? Let's say we are having 3 sets A, B and C, which represents physics, chemistry and mathematics. Now we will find the number of students who belong to only this region. Let me change the color. Who belong to only this region. How can we find this? Let's fill the regions with the number of students who have taken 3 subjects, which is this region 3. Then we have number of students who have taken physics and chemistry are 4, which is this region. This whole region should be 4, but we have 3 here, so 4 minus 3 is 1. This region only has 1. Now we see 9 students have taken mathematics and physics both. Mathematics and physics both, but we have 3 here, so 6 will be here. Now as we can see, 5 have taken mathematics and chemistry. So mathematics and chemistry 5 have taken, 3 are already here, 2 will be here. Now we are done with this. Now we will fill all the students in mathematics, physics and chemistry. Now as we have seen, 15 students have taken mathematics, so total 15 will be there. We are having 6 plus 3, which is 9 plus 2, 11. 11 here, then 4 will be here. Only 4 students are those who have taken only maths, not any other subject. Similarly, we can find for chemistry, but we need only for physics. So we are finding for physics, which says 12 have taken only physics. So answer will be 12 minus 6 minus 3 minus 1, which is 12 minus 10 equals 2. So only 2 students are those who have taken only physics, not any other subject. Now take the screenshot of these questions and do comment your answers. If you have any doubts, you can ask in comments. If you like the session, do like, share and subscribe. If you want to join our batch starting from 2nd Jan, you can check description for more details. Thank you and happy learning.